Welcome everybody. Good morning, or if you're in Asia, good afternoon. Welcome to the first ever World Hope Forum conference. Today's event is organized in collaboration with Petra Jansen, who is our ambassador in the Netherlands. And we'll be looking and hearing from many inspiring Dutch designers and people working in the industry who are all leading us towards a future of hope. My name is Fimmano, and for those of you that don't know me, together with Lee Edelkoort, we have started the World Hope Forum. Lee will explain a lot more about this in her introduction in just a second, but I wanted to introduce you to our grassroots organization. And this is our beautiful logo, which has just been designed by Mariola Lopez. And I hope she's watching today. We're very thankful for this beautiful logo that we've been using. So in today's program, I'll just introduce you to the different schedule for today. And then we'll get straight into it. There is a lot of people who have registered for today's talk, more than 2,500. So please bear with us. If you have any technical difficulties, please email ticketsnyc@edelkoort.com, and our team will be able to email you with any technical questions you have. In today's program, it's a full day of amazing speakers. And in a moment, Lidewij will share with you the reasons why we started this foundation. And then we will also be meeting at 10:45 in European time, a few of our other ambassadors from around the world. Later on, our Dutch ambassador, Petra Jansen, she's from Social Label, and she will be sharing her vision for what she feels she's going to be doing with the design and fashion industry in the Netherlands, as well as talking to us about her amazing work in social design over the past years. After that, I will be sharing with you a special design presentation, the idea of designing from hope in the future. And then for those of you that would like to take a break, we're going to have a 1-hour break so that you can either have some food or you can step away from your screen. We don't want you to have digital fatigue, so it's a good moment in that hour where you'll be able to do what you need to do and hopefully get some fresh air. Then after the lunch break, we're very pleased to be welcoming Rodney Lamb. He's from the Daily Paper, and he'll be sharing with us inspiring information about his work in many different media. And after that, Pascal Gatson from the Artes Academy, she will be talking to us about her many different projects, not just in education, but also in textile and in design. We'll then meet a few more of our ambassadors. They're located in different parts of the world, so that's why there's different time slots for them in today's program. And then we're very excited to hear from a young graduate from the Design Academy, Michael van Maren, will be sharing about his work. And then after meeting a few more of our ambassadors, we're very honored to be joined by Todd Boontje, the wonderful designer who will be talking about his magical work in the design industry, as well as a very inspiring new project, which he'll be unveiling for the first time. And then before Lidewij gives her last words for the day, we're also very pleased to be joined by Lucas de Man, who will be talking to us about a future of bio-based materials and especially a bio-based home. So that is today's program. For anybody who is unable to stay for the whole program, on our YouTube channel, which is World Hope Forum, all of our presentations will be downloaded and able to be streamed from there in the future. So if you do miss something, you'll be able to watch it later on. And that goes for anybody else that you would like to share this information with. For those of you that are on Instagram, please follow the forum through its Instagram account, which is World Hope Forum. And from that account, we'll be able to keep you abreast of everything which is happening, not just in the Netherlands, but around the world, because each country that is participating will be doing conferences similar to today's. And so there will be many opportunities for you to be inspired and informed by designers that are working from hope all around the world. So now I'd like to introduce you to Lidewij Edelkoort, the co-founder of World Hope Forum, and she will be sharing with you much more about her vision for this new future that we're going into. Hello, Lidewij.
Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. We have so many time zones. We know that some friends in the United States actually are waking up that early. We see people coming in every second almost. We are not complete, obviously, but we are already getting numbers. And we are super pleased to be with so many people interested in this subject. This is a very strange COVID-related story because I was with Philip locked down in South Africa, and we were doing a lot of interviews and stories together with press and with magazines. And one of the interviews I did was actually with Dizine. And Dizine asked me to comment on something I had said, where I said that maybe the virus was going to be a saving grace for our planet, and this was misunderstood and misquoted. So Marcus gave me the chance to really put it into context and really tell people what I was feeling about the lockdown and what it means for the future of our world. And so through this interview, which was very deep and very well sought interview, we suddenly noticed that it was read by many, many, many people, which is strange because there was not even a photo, there was just text. And in the end, it has been read by 800,000 people, Marcus told me yesterday, which is a crazy amount of people reading a paper. They never have seen this before. I never had that before. So that really meant that something was happening important. So I would say between Dizine and Destiny, I've really felt that I was called upon to do something about our future, that I could not longer just be standing there without interfering, and that I should make my life more activist, and that I should really participate in absolute change. And so the idea came to create a forum, a world forum, to all be together with all of you, with different countries, with different ambassadors, and start to exchange good practice, open source, new ideas of making, new ideas of managing, new ideas of reaching out to others. In fact, almost rethinking all systems we have today, because everything is obsolete. So we do believe that we need together to make a strategy to really make a profound contribution to the world. So I'm calling on you, every person in our room, to also participate in this and to get enthusiastic and to get into the mood to create your own change, because it's only through mass that we can reach our goals. What we want to achieve with this forum is that we want to say creative people need to have a place at the table. We have seen for over a century that creative forces are making the money, but they are not managing the money. They are managed and marketing is managing them, but they are not on the final decision table. And I think it's a mistake, because I believe that we, creative forces in the world, are able to bring more vision, better strategies, and also a very new character to where we want to be. Because designers love beautiful things and they love to shop. So it's not about not earning money, but it is about working and earning in a very different context. First of all, we need to learn again how to love our work. Instead of being pressured and sort of squeezed like a lemon, especially in fashion, this is happening. We think it's better to take a step back and take time and rethink. But ultimately, I believe that we need to become more powerful, have a bigger voice, be more introduced into the center of the world. And therefore, I also see this forum as a sort of anti-Davos forum. You know, you have the very rich people talking together. We are the creative people, and we also should be talking together so we can definitely turn the wheel around. So it's up to each of us to start practicing differently, to learn from each other. And therefore, we invited ambassadors all over the world. We don't have all countries yet, but we do have several, and we're very happy about that. And in each country, our ambassadors will make programs like today, and you will be able to come and witness this each time we do this. And so we're going to sort of create a world vision of where everybody is at, what are the best practices, what are the genius ideas, what can we learn from each other, maybe how can we connect with each other, maybe completely starting new companies together from scratch, from all over the world with young people, because they have no future right now. So we need to help them also to make a new living. So there is a lot of tasks on our plate. We have time. There's not a timeline. We're not pressured because we should be wise and take time. So we should be calm, but we do have to decide in the coming period that we really don't want to continue like this. That it's really now that we have to step out and say, this is the end of it. Because of COVID, we have understood that there is other rhythms, other ways of doing things. We don't have to travel that much. We don't have to be as busy, maybe. We need to look at nature, of course, much more and much more profoundly. And we need to almost like start from scratch and ask ourselves, how are we going to do this? So we called it the World Hope Forum because we think that hope is a very important motor. We have been designing a lot from fear. Since 9/11, I think that all design in the world has somehow been conceived by fear, because there's so much fear in society, and we still should be fearful because it's still dismal. But I think that going into this century further, that hope will be a much more important motor, which will help us and sort of help us finalize how we are going to do this. Personally, I'm a forecaster, but I'm also a curator, an educator, and a publisher. And I believe that one of the key factors can be education in this whole hope forum idea. So certainly after a year or so, we will see possibilities to maybe create master courses or online courses or continued learning or whatever formats we can find in different countries, so that we can work out how to do this for the future. We believe that there is the opportunity to make very new materials which are respectful of people and planet. That is very important, I think, for the future, that we can no longer exploit the earth or our people. That means that we have to cancel many things and many products and many proposals which were normal for us in everyday life. And we will have to discard them from our existence so that we can become much more sort of clean consumers ourselves. It's very hard, of course, to understand how to do that because it's everywhere. So it's a fight, almost like a personal fight. I believe that we are all creative. I believe that the amateur is creative. I believe that the amateur in French means also that you love something very much. So amateur is like you are not schooled, but you love it. And so I'm betting on a future of a world where people are amateurs, and amateurs are going to also arrange their own lives. They're going to do their own learning. They're going to do their own manifestation. They are going to be more and more creative and maybe also go back to school at several times in our lives. I made this forum together with Philip because Philip and myself, we work together continuously, especially on publications and on exhibitions. We are co-curators making these things happening in the world. And he's going to tell you about this amazing exhibit in Lille, which is actually completely futuristic in its core. We need to help each other. We need to be able to reach out. We cannot do it alone. This needs to be a coordinated effort. It's only through coordination that we are going to be able to make this change happen. So the collective, the common, is going to be the most important core of what we want to achieve. I'm here in a place which is the perfect example. It's open space where is a lot of design, and there's also a cafe. And all the design is made in social places. And so this is a human making center. And Petra Jansen will tell you much more about it when it's her turn. We have a timeline. We want to try to do this type of days, this type of little congresses, maybe a few still before Christmas and a few after in the beginning of the next year. And somewhere around April, May, we will do a big congress where we will have several days and where we will harvest all the ideas we have found and which you are going to send us because you're going to participate. And in this congress, we will maybe find chapters which are of interest to all of us, certainly about farmers and fiber, certainly about new manufacturing, certainly about new learning, certainly about innovation in structure and strategy. And there will be much more, many things I don't even know. I hope to be able to reach critical mass. Because I know through my travels that there's many, many things happening all over the world. And they make me happy when I see them. I say, oh, here is hope, here is future, but you don't see them together. So we think this platform and this Congress will sort of reinforce the snippets of information. And when we bring them together, it will become a force. And we can rely then on ourselves. There can be publication, there can be bulletins. We'll see what happens. We are open to all sorts of help and ideas. And especially we are super sort of excited about the countries teaching us what is happening in their field and how they are going to get us together into a very new future. So this is a crucial moment. It's the 75th anniversary of the United Nations. So it's strange that we choose this day. We didn't know. This is a new step to be united on a people place, not on a representation or governmental place. So I want to invite you to be part of this amazing collective we're going to be. And I want us to be strong, and I want us to fight for that place in the way the world is run.